Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Hall Mill Stadium in Medford for Eastern Mass football. St. Mary's taking on Cohassett. Cohassett 8-2. St. Mary's 7-3. Both teams have gone 3-0 in the tournament. Both teams have lost to Mashpee during the course of the season, but the difference is Cohasset went into Mashpee in the playoffs and broke a 28-game win streak by Mashpee by knocking them off and getting this far. And both teams are one step away from Gillette and a Super Bowl berth. And in talking to Sean Driscoll before the game, I said to him, you know what the odds in Vegas would have been that you would be even close to this game, never mind a step away from Gillette, but never mind just being in the playoffs and going this far with a very young team. They got a very good running back, Jalen Echeverria, who hasn't played football since Pop Warner. He was the co-MVP of the basketball Catholic Central League, but he hasn't played football through high school. And I don't know who did it, but they talked him into playing, and he's become the vital part of their offense. And another young man, Connor Donahue, came into the season as the backup quarterback, and they tried him a couple of times when they run that tight double wing. They tried him out at halfback, and now he's a regular halfback running for big yardage. So those two have been instrumental in leading St. Mary's here, along with a bunch of young kids. Coach Driscoll and his staff have done a terrific job putting everything together, getting everybody going. They were 4-3. They lost a couple of tough games. Mashpee, they could have beat Mashpee. They had a first and goal at the 9, and threw a pass, was intercepted in the end zone, down 6, and they lost a tough one to Archbishop Williams. The same thing. They were driving, and the clock ran out on them. They lost that game by 6, making comebacks in both. St. Mary's going to get the football first. Cohassett won the toss and elected to kick off. I'm back in one of my old haunts. I've been here many times for Everett football games when they were in the GBL and Medford was playing them. And I was still here because even when Medford went to the Northeast Conference, they were still playing Everett. So I'm used to being at Hall Mill Stadium. They've done a nice job here putting everything together. St. Mary's in their blue with gold trim. Cohasset in their white with the all gray pants. And if you were picking a favorite, you would probably go with Cohasset. But St. Mary's has been used to being the non-favorite in these games. And that's why they play the game. So St. Mary's will get the ball first as we set the start here at Hall Mill Stadium. Good sized crowd. It's a little bit chilly. The sun was out. It was nice when the sun was out, but then the clouds come in and hid the sun, and it cooled off quite a bit. Connor McGovern will kick it off. You'll hear the public address announcer in the background, and he does a very nice job, and he did a terrific job. He sang the national anthem and did a tremendous job. St. Mary's deep men are back down around the 5-yard line awaiting the kick. And we're just about set to get underway. They get the foot in it. Back at the goal line. Coming to the near side. And a pretty good return. Echeverria gets it out to the 25. They're going to put it across the 25 to the 26, I think. That's a pretty good return.
We'll get the numbers down as we get set to go here, but it's a first down for St. Mary's.
First and 10, St. Mary's.
So from the 26.
26-yard line.
First and 10 for the Spartans. Derek O'Leary, the quarterback, brings the play from the sideline.
Abington in their self-final.
They work out of that tight double wing.
High scoring games there. Cohassett 33-16, St. Mary's 39-14.
Donahue off the right side. Gets pushed back after short yardage.
And on the stop, 87, Mark Mahoney.
They give him a couple to the 28.
Second and 8.
Second and 8 from the 28. Just underway here in this Eastern Mass final. The winner gets a trip to Gillette for the Super Bowl and the state championship.
Captain Jackson Fitzgerald, big number 88, closest to our sideline. Second and 8 for St. Mary's. There's a flag on the play.
Echeverria gets the handoff, turns the corner. Not going to get a first down, but that might be against Cohasset for jumping.
With the carry, penalty marker on the play.
Echeverria went in motion, which was legal. One of the linemen jumped, and that'll give St. Mary's a free down, I think. I would think they would take the 5 yards. They mark it out to the 33.
Offside, Cohasset.
Break for St. Mary's. They got second and short.
So 2nd and 3 for the Spartans on their opening drive of the ball game.
Second and 3. From the 33.
Here he gets the play in from the sidelines. First year coach Sean Driscoll. Taking over for Matt Durgan. Long-time coach on the North Shore.
Coming to the near side. Can't turn the corner. Lost the football, but it went out of bounds. It'll be St. Mary's ball.
Fumbled out of bounds. St. Mary's retains possession.
Back at the 33 for no gain.
Ran stride for stride, but that's a area.
So it'll be 3rd and 3.
So no gain there. 3rd and 3 for St. Mary's.
3rd and 3 from the 33.
No developing offense here. St. Mary's. Leary again with the play in from the sidelines, as many high school teams will.
No difference. They stay in that very tight double wing.
Fullback Freeman behind O'Leary. Freeman gets
They give it to the fullback. Freeman battling forward. He's got a first down.
37 or 8 yard line for the first down for St. Mary's.
Freeman with the carry. 1st and 10.
So
St.
good
Mary's.
2nd, 3rd effort by Freeman. They pick up the first down out to the 38. He picked up 5. So they needed 3, they got 5. They hold on to the ball, keep it away from Cohasset,
First down for their initial drive here.
and it's 1st and 10.
Field, didn't get it by much, but just enough. Good mistakes.
Donahue off the right side. Gets across the 40 to about the 41. Picked up about 3.
And on the stop,
2nd down and 7 for the Spartans.
2nd down. Second and 7.
Second down, 7 to go, St. Mary's. Opening quarter, 8:40 to go.
Now they go out of that tight double wing.
State semifinal game.
Shotgun to O'Leary. They run off the right side with Echeverria. He's got a first down in Cohasset territory.
Echeverria with the carry for St. Mary's first down.
They put it at the Cohasset 48. 11 yards and a first down.
From the Cohasset 48-yard line.
They've used up just about 3 minutes when they snap the football here in this first period. They stay in that little shotgun. Wings to the near side. They give it off the right side again to Echeverria. It gets about a yard. 2nd and 9 from the Cohasset 47-yard line.
From the 47.
A little bit of a hike for Cohasset to get here. Not bad for St. Mary's. About a half-an-hour ride, especially if you make all the lights. They stay in that little shotgun. Wings to the near side.
O'Leary the carry.
O'Leary keeps and gets inside the 45. They're going to put it at the 45.
Ritz in on the stop. Third down.
3rd and just about 7. The ball just snuck inside the 45-yard line. Short 7, long 6, as the ball is just inside the 45.
3rd and 6.
Calling it the 45 because they haven't got to the 44 yet. They go back to the tight double wing. Echeverria off the right side. Not going to go far. Going to bring up a decision for Coach Driscoll. They got to the 42 for a pickup of 3. 4th and 4.
20 on the stop for Cohasset. Fourth down.
4th and 4 from the Cohasset 42-yard line. It looks like they're going to go.
4th and 4 from the 42.
Let's see if they go to a long count to try and draw Cohasset offside. They've used up 5 minutes of this first period. But now they have a 4th and 4. They stay in that tight double wing. Cohasset almost jumped. Now St. Mary's calls a timeout.
St. Mary's.
I think they wanted them to snap the ball when they jumped, but they didn't snap the ball. Cohasset jumped, but they were able to get back before they snapped the football. Now the discussion is, should we go for it or should we kick it away? You'd be giving Cohasset very good field position here. And I think they're going to kick it away now. So St. Mary's is going to punt. So they'll kick it away. Deep man is standing at the 10-yard line for Cohasset. The running kick. It doesn't go very far. Out at the 21-yard line. 21-yard punt. Cohasset will have it for the first time at their 21-yard line.
From their own 21-yard line.
Just about halfway through this first period. 13 seconds will be halfway through. Matt Lund will be the quarterback for Cohasset. They send wideouts right and left. They have a wing to the near side. Pitch it, coming to the near side. Turning the corner, we got a flag on the play.
Gray Thomas with the carry.
I don't know if it's Gray Thomas or it's a misprint, it's Gary Thomas, but Thomas with the carry. There's a flag on the play. There's a couple of flags on the play. Let's see what this is all about. It appears to be against Cohasset because they're back at the original line of scrimmage. There's a flag at the line of scrimmage. There's a flag in the secondary. It's a holding call against Cohasset. There were 2 penalties against Cohasset. They'll mark off 10. They'll put it back at the 11-yard line. It'll be 1st and 20. They mark it even further from the point of foul. They put it inside the 10. Back to the 9-yard line. So now they need 22. First and 22. They marked it, I guess, from the point of the hold rather than a line of scrimmage. I formation, rolling, looking, wide open, getting back to the line of scrimmage plus a yard or two. That's Maloney with the catch. He's the big weapon, from what I've been told, for Cohasset. He gets it out to the 23. Picked up 14 on the play. 2nd and 8.
On the 23-yard line.
Clock running with 5 minutes to go. Opening quarter of play. No score between Cohassett and St. Mary's of Lynn.
I formation again. St. Mary's jumped, but they got back. They throw him forward for a couple of extra yards, and that's Thomas.
Thomas with the carry.
They put it down at the 27. So he picked up 4. He got half of it.
3rd and 4.
3rd and 4.
From the 27-yard line.
Call 3rd and 4. Ball is 27. We got to get it up to the 31.
They've been South Shore champions forever. They were state champions back in 2014. That was Division 6. They're now in Division 7. Wideouts right and left in that I formation. Off the right side, they got a first down and a lot more.
Thomas with the carry.
Thomas again.
Martin with the stop for St. Mary's.
To the 36, he picked up 9.
First down for Cohasset.
So he picks up their first down. They overcome that
From their own 36
first and 22. And they hold on to the football. From the 36, 1st and 10. So they've been able to run it right or left with Thomas. They double the wideouts to the near side, one to the far side, one running back behind Lund. St. Mary's went right after him. They made great penetration. They were all over Lund before he could throw the ball.
Tackled on the play.
Freeman was all over. They lost 3.
2nd and 13. From the 33.
So 2nd and 13, he was lucky to get the ball away. Freeman had him by the shirt. He dumped it off. They pitch it, going to the far side, cutting it up inside, gets across the 40. Thomas again with a nice run.
Thomas the ball carrier. Freeman in on the stop for St. Mary's. 3rd down.
They put it at the 41 for a pickup of 8. So it'll be 3rd down and 5. Let's see if they go back to
From the 41.
Mahoney. Mahoney comes to the near side. Waters to the far side in that I formation. St. Mary's, they jumped that time. They're going to get the first down anyway. They lost the ball, but it's going to be a first down because they're going to get the penalty.
Mahoney.
The penalty yardage will give them a first down.
Penalty marker on
He
the
made the
play.
catch for the first down, got hit, fumbled it back, would not have been a first down. But they're going to get 5 yards on the offside. And that's enough for first down. Coach Driscoll knows what's happening. He just looked up to the sky and said, I don't believe it. So they're asking Cohasset, do you want it to be 4th and 2 or do you want it to be 1st and 10?
Offside St. Mary's. Result of the penalty.
So a good break for Cohasset. I think they probably would have gone for it anyway. But they'll mark it to the 46. And they gave him 6 yards. They marked it to the 42. Marked it to the 47.
From their own 47-yard line.
So that's a 6-yard penalty.
Inside 2 minutes now, 1:48 to go in the first quarter of play.
Mahoney again to the near side, Ward to the far side. They go back to the I formation. Mahoney goes in motion. Looking to throw. Lund's going to take off and run with it. He gets hit. They grab and throw him down. That's Falahy with the nice play.
With the tackle.
They lost a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 11. Has under a minute and counting left in this first period.
From the 46.
Little late handoff. Got the yard back.
Thomas, the ball carrier.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 10.
Copeland with the stop of St. Mary's. 3rd and 10.
They've converted 1st and 22. They converted with St. Mary's offside on 3rd and 5. Now they got 3rd and 10. And they should get this play off before the end of the period. And if they run this play, it should be the last play of the period. They double the wideouts to the near side. St. Mary's has to worry about number 87. They go after Lund. He rolls to the near side. Picked off. Falahy with a great defensive play.
Intercepted.
Well, you can see that coming. He was sitting on him.
St. Mary's football.
Great timing. Falahy saw that, stepped in front, picked up. He's an outstanding basketball player. St. Mary's has good field position at their 44-yard line. They were looking for Mahoney. Falahy cut right in front of him, picked it off, and they'll run one play and we'll be into the second period. So St. Mary's comes up big on defense. They go to that little shotgun with a wing to the far side. Freeman, straight ahead. Good strong run by Freeman. He looks like he's got a first down. Back in Cohasset territory at the 46.
68. Mike Brash for Cohasset.
10 yards and a first down. And we'll go to the second period just as we started the first period, 0-0, dead even.
First quarter.
But St. Mary's will have it 1st and 10 at the Cohasset 46. Second time they've been Cohasset territory. Cohasset hasn't crossed the 50-yard line yet, thanks to the great defense by Annie Falahy. We mentioned he's a very good basketball player. And he timed that perfectly. Stepped right in front. He would have gone a long way with that, but when he picked it, he was right at the sideline, couldn't stay in bounds. But he got St. Mary's the football. And now a big run by Freeman has got them a first down at the Cohasset 46-yard line. So we finished the first 11 minutes. We're 25% through. Both teams have brought some fans. Nice crowd here at Home Mill Stadium. And a little cool weather. A little different last week. Beverly, we were outside freezing. At least we're inside here. So if the wind is blowing, it's not too bad. So we'll start the second period, 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. O'Leary will bring the play back to the huddle. Filet is a wide out to the far side in this little shotgun formation. The wing to the near side. They run it off the right side. They lose the football.
All on the play.
And Cohasset says they have it. St. Mary's says they have it.
Everybody says they have it. We'll wait to see what the official says.
Two of the striped shirts.
Cohasset recovers the
Cohasset
football.
football. So not 5 yards away from where the pickoff was just made by St. Mary's.
Mahoney and Green were the last guys up.
And
First and 10, Cohasset.
St. Mary's in the turnover department 1-1.
From their own 40-yard line.
Cohasset will get the ball right back at their own 40.
So Echeverria picks up 6 yards, but then he turns the ball over. So both teams with early Thanksgiving Christmas gifts. I formation, wideouts right and left.
On the same play that he just picked up 12 yards, and it looked like he had a hole. It looked like the Cohasset player got an arm in there and knocked the ball loose.
Freeman with great penetration again. Boy, his timing has been perfect.
Thomas here on a late
Thomas, the carry, stopped by the
Thomas, and that play was just
St. Mary's line.
Freeman's been banging in. They lose 4 on the play.
Loss of the play.
He was in, he got a piece of both the quarterback and the running back. And they got some help from his friends. It'll be 2nd and 14.
From the 36-yard line.
Timmy Phelps is really dialing it up effectively, isn't he?
buddy fast. Here, you take it. Second and long for Cohasset. We'll call it 13 or 14.
Wideouts right and left.
Under center now. We'll give it to Thomas again.
Thomas off the right side.
Working his way through. He's back.
Gets the loss and a couple more back.
Thomas with the carry for Cohasset.
Gets to the 43 for a pickup of 7.
Into the stop, Nowak for St. Mary's.
Well, it's going to be 3rd and long again for Cohasset. They've seen this quite a bit in this opening half. 3rd and 7. From their own 43. Mahoney to the far side, Ward to the near side in this I formation. Dropping, looking, and here's Mahoney hooked up just past the first down marker. Makes the catch. We told you he's their bread and butter when they throw the ball. They're in St. Mary's territory for the first time at the St. Mary's 48. They needed 8, they got 9.
Mark Mahoney. First and 10, Cohasset.
He just went down. When he got by the stake, he just stopped short,
From the St. Mary's 48-yard line.
hooked up, and Lund hit him right between the 8 and the 7. Wideouts right and left again.
Got a first down there in that St. Mary's territory. Give this to Thomas.
Big hole up the middle for Thomas.
Big gainer.
Inside the 35.
Thomas with the carry for Cohasset for a first down.
Back-to-back first downs as they're moving the football.
Donahue on the stop for St. Mary's. First and 10.
Down to the
Cohasset.
33, 15 yards, and a first down.
St. Mary's 33-yard line.
He hit that really quickly and accelerated as he went through.
Cohasset's trying to control that line of scrimmage.
St. Mary's 30-yard line.
I get the bag over there.
Penetration of the day computer team. Give this to Thomas.
Bouncing off the right side, gets near the 25.
Picks up maybe 8 on the play before St. Mary's able to take him down, I believe.
Haley with the stop. Second down.
7 yards on the play. 2nd down and 3. From the 26.
Second and short for Cohasset here. Call it about 3. They are on the move. Inside the St. Mary's 30-yard line. Lund will give it to Thomas again.
Steady diet of Thomas, cutting to the near side,
Thomas dances
down to about the 5.
Thomas preparing for Cohasset.
for the Skippers.
Donahue on the stop. First and 10, Cohasset.
They mark it, first and goal. I think they're putting it down at the 6. That's where they're putting the ball. So he picked up 20.
First and goal.
First and goal from the 6. They're getting a steady diet of Thomas. They stay in that I formation. Wideouts right and left.
6-yard line. Lund will give it to Thomas.
Thomas again. Hit, stays on his feet. Gets down to about the 2.
With the carry.
Eighth play of the drive coming up.
Second and goal.
Mark it down around the 3-yard line.
Actually, put it at the 3.
Second and goal from the 3-yard line.
Should be the 8th play of the drive. Thomas has carried 6 of the last 7. Second and goal from the 3. They wrap up the quarterback.
In the backfield by Copeland. Lost on the play.
Copeland with a very nice play.
Third and goal.
I think they were going to pitch it to Thomas going to the near side. They lost 3 on the play.
From the 6-yard line.
Third and goal from the 6. So they're back to the original line of scrimmage. Copeland made a great play. He penetrated, wrapped up the quarterback. Let's see if they go to Mahoney again. Rolling, looking.
Now Lund will roll right.
He's going to take off and run with it. He gets hit and pushed out shy of the end zone.
Lund with a carry. Stopped by St.
They get
Mary's.
very close to his face mask. They're going to put it at the 4.
Looks like Cohasset's going to send in the field goal team here.
This is the 10th play of the drive.
About a 22-yarder.
They're going to line up at the 12-yard line to kick a field goal.
Looks like Cliff Ward is the kicker, number 10. For,
Clifford
Jimmy
Ward.
The holder on the play. Come from the right side.
Ward to attempt the field goal.
Actually 11. It's a 21-yard attempt.
Snap back ball is down. Ward gets through it and sends it.
That would have been good from about 41.
Cohasset takes the lead with 5:10 to go in the second.
5:10 left in the second quarter. Cohasset
So they go
3,
60
St.
yards
Mary's, no score.
Ward, the 22-yard field
in 10 plays.
skippers on the board.
It was good from 21. It would have been good from about 41. We're just past the halfway mark of the second period.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like line stop something that's working through this goal. I couldn't agree more.
Even though you're not getting your red zone defense less room to work with, it's still, I mean, you're working it down the field the entire way through. You gotta get a touch, at least in the second. You gotta get third down, you might go for a pass out here. At least that second down.
A couple of big runs by Thomas, one for 15, one for 20. St. Mary's buckled down. Copeland made a big play, and they forced Cohasset to kick a field goal rather than go in for 6.
Ward to kick off.
Ward now sends a low one on.
Picked off.
Right there by
Fillet picked it off and took a knee.
With a recovery. First and 10, St. Mary's.
with great hands there.
He went up and caught the line drive. And not having the ball kicked to him very often during the season, he said, what'll I do? I guess I'll take a knee.
First and 10 from their own 32-yard line.
Discretion is always the better part of valor.
St. Mary's has to get a drive going here. At least to build their confidence.
7 ticks over 5 minutes left in this first half. A quick first half.
Now trailing 3-0.
Mary stays in that tight double wing from their 32-yard line.
Mary now.
Looking to throw.
Deep. Flag down on the field. The
Fillet made a great catch. There's a flag downfield. Let's see what the flag is about.
over mid.
O'Leary's pass complete.
Gotta be a hole.
We told you he's a very good basketball player.
Penalty marker on the play.
He went up and out rebounded 2 defenders. Let's see what the flag is about.
He's skied over those two kids.
I think it's against Cohassett. The player's going to stand.
What they get?
Catch with
10,
3 and 4 Cohassett players.
It's against Cohassett. Pass interference.
Interference.
Filet went up between 2 defenders
Cohasset,
and came down with it.
penalty
19 yards in the first down.
St. Mary's
20-yard pickup.
from the Cohasset
At the 49,
49-yard line.
they picked up 19 in the first down. Well, they looked like he was going to start the run, but then threw it up. Looked like he threw it up for grabs. Filet went up between 2 defenders, out rebounded him and took it away.
Completion there by O'Leary.
He used
Wahi's been all over the field.
all of his 6'5" frame to go up and get that one. To go that little shotgun with the wing to the near side.
looked like Gordon on that pass.
Big completion. He gave up the middle.
Ducking his head, getting some help from his friends, gets pushed ahead for yardage. That's Echeverria. They put it down
Echevarria picks up
at the 43.
for the Spartans.
Second down.
Picked up 6. Second down and 4 as we got 4 minutes and counting left in the first half. 3-0 Cohasset.
Echevarria gets the call.
Severia not, might have got a yard. They're going to give him a yard to the 42.
32 for Cohasset. That's Jake Sullivan. They will get a Sullivan in the
So it's going to be 3rd and 3.
83, Jack Mahoney.
And I would bet that we're in 4-down territory here. 3rd and 3 from the 42.
also on the play, 83, on their score sheet. Third and 4, no gain on the play, so again, most likely 4-down territory here for the Spartans.
Echeverria in motion, looking to turn the corner. Gets a block by Donahue. Down the sideline.
Echevarria down
They drag him out of bounds inside the 20-yard line.
and a first down.
Echevarria.
Huge play for St. Mary's.
Donahue with a nice block leading the way. Echeverria went in motion,
First and 10.
got the handoff, and they get down to the 19-yard line.
First and 10 from the Cohasset 19-yard line.
23 yards on the play. And we're under 3 minutes left in this first half.
Biggest play of the game so far for St. Mary's. Without question.
Deepest penetration by the Spartans. They stay in that little shotgun. The wing is to the far side.
Mary's with their first threat offensively of the game. Echevarria gets
They give it to Freeman straight ahead.
take it to Echevarria, give it a
Freeman, the ball carrier.
picks up a good
They picked up 3. Second down and 7.
Officials timeout.
And we're going to play it down for St. Mary's. Clock stops with 2:49 left. It's been a fairly quick first half. Filet has certainly made his presence felt in this first half. He made a big pick to stop a Cohasset drive, and he made a big catch on this drive, 19 yards.
signs of good offense by both teams, but the defense has played well as well.
Echeverria has picked it up a bit, picking up some yardage. They'll have it 2nd and 7 from the 16-yard line. The difference is St. Mary's sometimes tries to kick their extra point, but they don't really have a what you'd call a field goal kicker. And this could hurt. DeCenzo is one of their better linemen, probably the top lineman. He's coming out favoring that left ankle. Let's hope he's going to be okay. That would be a huge loss for them. He's walking out very gingerly. Nicole Gagnon, the athletic trainer. She's there all the time for these teams. She does a terrific job. 2:49 showing on the scoreboard clock. St. Mary's at the 16-yard line, trying to get on the board. 2nd and 7, as O'Leary brings the play back to the huddle.
Plays sent in from the sidelines. Derek O'Leary, the field general out there. Might go back to Florida.
Copeland, the center, leads them out. They stay in that little shotgun motion. They give it to Freeman off the right side.
Freeman with the carry.
Gets to about the 12. He picked up 4.
Connect with the stop.
Obviously 4 down territory here. It's going to be 3rd and 3. We're under 2 minutes left. St. Mary's has timeouts left. They don't want to use them yet. From the 12. 3rd and 3. Now they go back to that tight double wing. O'Leary with the quarterback sneak. He's got the first down.
O'Leary with the carry. 1st and 10.
They mark it
1st
down
and goal.
at the 7. So he picked up 5. 1st and goal from the 7s. We got a minute and a half and counting. St. Mary's would love
From the 7-yard line.
to get in and shut the clock down as well. So 1st and goal from the 7.
13 and running in the half. St. Mary's trails it 3-0, but threatening here.
Echeverria trying to turn the corner. High steps it, gets inside the 5.
Samaria tripped up on the play by Ward. 2nd and goal.
They put it down. I think they're putting it down at the 3.
Second and goal from the 3.
At the 3-yard line. We got a timeout.
Timeout.
36 seconds left.
St. Mary's.
Used up a lot of clock. They let a lot of time run off the clock. They have it at the 3-yard line. 2nd and goal. But they're really pushing the envelope here, getting it down to 36 seconds left on the clock. They have some timeouts left. And they'll certainly be using them here if they don't get in on this next play or two. Cohasset leading at 3-0 on a 21-yard field goal by Clifford Ward. It would have been good from about 41. He's got a leg and a half. Eastern Mass Division 7 final. The winner gets a trip to Patriot Land at Gillette to play for a state championship. Not bad for John Driscoll in his first year, taking over from Matt Durgan. Matt Durgan had this program at its peak, did just a terrific job. A lot of people wondering, with Matt retiring, how would the program continue? Well, it's continued very well so far. 36 ticks left on the clock. They go to that tight double wing. They give it to Freeman. Gets stacked up. Not going anywhere. Back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. He lost the yard to the 4.
Timeout, St. Mary's.
So he lost the yard.
30-second timeout.
The ball's now back at the 4, 3rd and goal from the 4.
You've made all your money.
5-yard line. So St. Mary's has to get a little creative.
9 plays so far in the drive, 10th play coming up. Plenty of time to run 2 plays. They still have timeouts, but they ran right into the teeth of that Cohassett defense. This drive started at their own 32-yard line, trying to polish off a 68-yard drive and get a lot of momentum going into the locker room. Cohassett gets the ball to start the second half, but they'd rather be up 3-0 than down 6 or 8-3. They pitch it to Echeverria. Turns the corner, steps up and walks in. They were going to go around the corner. He stepped up, found a lane, and took it straight into the end zone with 14 seconds left.
That was tremendous. He hits the outside, and it looks like he's going to get stopped about 4 or 5 yards.
This is a young man who hasn't played football since Papuana. 68 yards in 10 plays. And I believe they'll go for 2.
68 yard or 62?
So 68 yards in 10 plays. Echeverria, Freeman doing most of the carrying. Echeverria carried half of the plays, 5 out of 10. He goes 4 for the touchdown. And he'll look for 2. Misdirection, Echeverria runs it in. They gave it to Donahue going to the right side. They gave it back to Echeverria going to the left side.
14 seconds left in the second quarter. St. Mary's 8. Cohassett 3.
That was a well-designed, excellent ball.
Great fake to Donahue, too. Donahue went in motion, and that's what they're showing all day. Fire in motion has gotten that sweep.
So they go 49 on the ground, 19 in the air, the big catch by Falehi. And they grab an 8-3 lead. They gave it to Donahue going to the right side. Cohassett bit. They gave it back to Echeverria. Easy pickings going to the left side. And St. Mary's, unless lightning strikes on this kickoff, is going to carry an 8-3 lead into halftime. Cohassett will get the ball to start the second half. And that's Echeverria being helped. Looks like he's okay. He's coming off the field under his own power. There's 2 pretty good basketball players, Falehi and Echeverria. They're going to do very well for the St. Mary's boys basketball team this year. They are loaded, David Brown.
So a baseball score of 8-3 at the half. With 14 seconds to go.
Freeman will kick it off.
Cohassett with plenty of times out. If they get decent field position, maybe they can throw a couple of passes.
We mentioned both these teams have gone 3-0 in the playoffs. Through the regular 7-game season, Cohasset was 5-2. St. Mary's was 4-3. They kicked that ground ball at the 25-yard line, looking to get to the outside. Staying on his feet, gets across the 45. Nice return by Thomas. They're going to put him out at the 44-yard line, I think. The official is standing at the 44-yard line.
First and 10 Cohassett from their own 44-yard line.
So let's see if they take a shot downfield. St. Mary's put a lot of guys back deep. Echeverria looks like he's looking to return a punt. Echeverria is not in the same time zone with everybody else. They sent 3 wideouts to the far side. They let it fly high and long. It's up for grabs. Picked off at the 30-yard line. They threw it up for grabs. Mark Nebo picked it off. That'll do it for the half. So second interception for St. Mary's. They get a touchdown with 14 seconds left.
Cohasset 3.
And St. Mary's will take an 8-3 lead into the locker room. Cohassett will get the ball to start the second half. 8-3 St. Mary's at halftime. Welcome back to Hormel Stadium as we're getting set to start the second half. St. Mary's had 92 yards rushing, one catch for 19 yards, 6 first downs. Cohassett had 76 yards rushing, 20 yards passing, 5 first downs. Mahoney had 2 catches for 23. They had 1 for a -3. Thomas ran for 70 in the first half. Echeverria ran for 29. Freeman chipped in with 21. Donahue ran for 5. He was out blocking for Echeverria on a lot of those runs. O'Leary picked up a couple of first downs with quarterback sneaks. He picked up 7 yards. So St. Mary's with 111 yards of offense in the first half. Cohassett with 96. That's probably their lowest half of the year. So 22 minutes away of regulation to see who goes to Gillette. St. Mary's has an edge right now, 8-3, but a lot of football left to play. And they'll kick it off to Cohasset, and we saw that they can move the ball. We had a very fast-paced first half. Both teams almost exclusively ran the ball. When they did throw it, they were complete. One was 2 for 3. He completed all 3. One was for a -3. O'Leary threw the ball once. Fuller, he made a great catch in traffic. So there's only been 4 passes. All 4 of them were complete. That kept the clock running. So we had a little bit of a quick first half. They kicked the ground ball, bouncing around. Skips past at the 27-yard line. Ward gets it out to about the 35. Skip past one right into the lap of Clifford Ward. And he took it to the 35-yard line. That's where Cohasset will put it in play.
Appolito in on the stop for St. Mary's. 1st and 10, Cohasset. From their own 35-yard line.
Animated discussion among the Cohasset coaches.
They try to run it straight ahead.
Sullivan with the carry.
Jake Sullivan gets to the 39. His first carry picks up 4.
Nowak in on the stop. 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6
From
the 39 as we're underway. 2 wideouts to the near side, Ward and Mahoney. Mahoney goes in motion. St. Mary's jumped. I don't see a flag. Lund with the carry gets hit after he picks up a yard, maybe 2. Looked like St. Mary's was offside, but they got back.
So Jenny.
It'll be 3rd and 3. Actually 3rd and 4 as he picked up 2. He put it to 41. So 3rd and 4. Wideouts right and left.
3rd and 4.
Mahoney is the guy you got to worry about. He's covered 1-on-1 out there. In motion to the near side, they pitch it to Thomas. Nice hit. Echeverria with a great hit, went down, took his ankles out from under him. If he gets around him, he's going to go a long way. They gained nothing on the play. It's going to be 4th and 4. And they're going to have to kick it away. So St. Mary's does the job. Great play by Echeverria.
Ward in punt formation.
High snap. They fake it. Now he throws it up for grabs and it's incomplete. They went for it on fourth down. Ward was about to get tackled. He just threw it up for grabs.
St. Mary's takes over on down, 13-10.
St. Mary's going to get it at the 41-yard line of Cohasset. Whoa. Afaniswe. Ishwi. I know I'm not pronouncing that correctly. The coach of Cohasset rolled the dice, and they came up snake eyes. Ward rolling. I think if he rolls and sees room, he'll run, but he didn't have room, so he turned, tried to hit Mahoney down the sideline. Nowhere near Mahoney. He was just thrown into empty space. And St. Mary's gets a huge break. Now all they have to do is capitalize on it. They run it off the right side for short yardage. Echeverria with the carry. They put it at the 40-yard line for a gain of 1. Second and 9. So if nothing else, they're shortening up the game. Keeping it away from Cohasset. But everybody was kind of shocked on the sideline when they saw that play. Straight ahead to Freeman. Bounce off a couple of people. Good hard run by Freeman. Inside the 35 to the 34, we picked up 6. Obviously in 4-down territory here. 3rd down and 3.
Third and 3.
They stay in that tight double wing. Yeah, we got a timeout called by St. Mary's.
St. Mary's.
So we've used almost 4 minutes off the clock here in the 3rd period. St. Mary's got that touchdown with 14 seconds left in the half to grab an 8-3 lead. All 8 points put up by Jalen Echeverria. And now Cohasset shocks everybody by going for it. They lined up in punt formation with Ward. And he couldn't run with it because St. Mary's was going to hit him for a loss. He threw it up and threw it incomplete and gave St. Mary's great field position. They stay in that tight double wing. Little misdirection with Echeverria not going anywhere. That was the play they ran the 2-point conversion. They lose back to the 36. They lost 2. So 4th down and 5.
From the 36-yard line.
They might consider punt the ball here rather than give Cohasset decent field position. They're taking an awful lot of time. We might see a timeout by St. Mary's. With all this time, they're going to let the clock run down. They're going to take a timeout.
Timeout, St. Mary's.
So they've already used 2 timeouts. We haven't played half of this 3rd period yet. I thought they might let the clock run out, take the 5 yards and kick it away. So discussion going on both sides. St. Mary's trying to talk about last time they did this, they kicked it away.
The last couple of plays have shown that Cohasset made some adjustments against the run game. They've stopped Echeverria pretty forward.
But that last play with Echeverria, they opened up a big hole for a 2-point conversion on that play. This time, Cohassett was waiting for it, pushed him back for a 2-yard loss. So it's 4th down and 5 from the 34-yard line of Cohasset. Just over 6 minutes left in this third period. Unless they're going to punt out of this, they're going for it.
4th and 5.
They go that little shotgun. O'Leary can kick it from here. Little inside handoff to Echeverria. They lost the football. Cohasset's going to get it.
Recovered by Cohassett. First and 10, Cohassett.
They tried a little misdirection with Echeverria, couldn't handle the football.
First and 10 on their own 26-yard line.
So St. Mary's gains 8 yards, turning the ball over.
Hey, beats a punt in a long return.
Echeverria got 3 yards and then lost the football. Wideouts right and left from the 26. Thomas bangs ahead across the 30. To the 33-yard line, he picked up 7.
Donahue with it stopped. Second down.
We were just about halfway through this third period when they snapped the football.
Second and 3.
2nd and 3, the wideouts go right and left in that I formation. Thomas, the deep man. Now they flip-flop the tight end. Lund looking to throw, lets it fly long and deep. Almost caught. Looked like St. Mary's might have a shot at it, and it went right off the fingertips of Mahoney. He was wide open.
Third down.
It's almost like he slowed down as that ball got to him. If he had just kept running, he'd have run right into it.
Lund threw the ball perfectly, just off the fingertips of Mahoney. He had to bring up a 3rd and 3. We just crept past the halfway mark. Look for Thomas here, if you're St. Mary's. They pitch it to Thomas, cuts it up inside, stays at his feet, gets a big first down out to the 44.
Haley with the stop.
11 yards.
First and 10. Cohassett.
Started to come to the near side, cut it back to the middle, and picked up 11. And it's 1st and 10 at the 44. Same formation, wideouts right and left. Big hole up the middle. Thomas almost looked like he was slipping a little bit. Otherwise, he might have gone a lot further. Out to the 47, he picked up 3.
Second down.
He's approaching 100 yards rushing. He's got 91.
From the 47.
2nd and 7. That offensive line for Cohasset starting to pick up a little bit. Double wideouts to the near side, one to the far side. They go to the spread for the first time. Looking to throw, in trouble. Takes off and runs with it, picks up a first down and more in St. Mary's territory, inside the 45.
Drop to the play by number 44, Nowak. First and 10. Cohassett.
9 yards on the play and a first down.
44-yard line.
First and goal from the 44 of St. Mary's. They started this at their 26-yard line, recovering a fumble on St. Mary's, on an attempt by St. Mary's on 4th down. They go back to the I formation with double wideouts to the near side. That's going to be a false start against Cohassett.
False start, Cohassett.
I think that was caused by Freeman. Freeman looked like he was coming right up the middle. He faked it a couple of times and they flinched, trying to make sure they blocked Freeman. And it cost them 5 yards, so it'll be 1st and 15. They go back to the I with wideouts on either side. They hand it off, little late handoff to Thomas. He gets gang tackled at about the 47-yard line. He picked up 2.
Second and 13.
Under 3 minutes left. 2nd and 13 from the St. Mary's 47. Mahoney to the near side, Ward to the far side. New running back now. Thomas is on the sideline. Slipping a tackle. They had him in the backfield.
Fulton with the carry.
Tucker Fulton, his first carry. They had him in the backfield. There's a flag on the play.
The penalty marker on the play.
At the 41-yard line, there's a penalty. And that's probably going to be a hold on a legal block, I think. Holding against Cohassett.
Cohassett.
So they give him to the 41 for 6 yards. And they'll mark it back 10. So mark it back to the Cohasset 49. So it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 17. And we'll be under 2 minutes when they snap the ball.
Number 49.
Thomas is back in it, running back. The pitch to Ward going to the far side. Nice hit. Zach Barden with the big hit. That's a big time play in the open field. They lose a yard to the 48. He was out there as a covering Mahoney out there. He just stayed home, did his job, and a great tackle in the open field. And it's 3rd down and half of Route 16. They go double wideouts to either side. One running back behind Lund. Now we're going to get a timeout.
Timeout. Cohassett. 30-second timeout.
9th play of this drive coming up. They've eaten up a lot of time. They've helped out St. Mary's by shrinking the game down. Under a minute left. Cohasset's been their own worst enemy with the penalties.
eating up time. They can't afford to lose.
Echeverria made a big defensive play before on a play like that. Now we had Baden making the big play. Now there's a very big play for Cohasset. Ward goes in motion. Dropping back, looking to throw. They let it fly. It's caught. And he's going to get a first down.
Once pass complete to Mahoney.
He's just a beast.
You got to give him a little bit of room, and when you do, he knows what to do with it.
Cohassett, first down. First and 10 from the St. Mary's 34-yard line.
18 yards and a first down. That's his third catch for 41 yards. And we're down to the final seconds. Cohasset has a life. They didn't hold on to the football.
Fumble on the play.
They were lucky they got the, St. Mary's got the football.
Recovered by St. Mary's.
Freeman was the guy at the bottom of the pile. He comes up holding his arm.
Recovered by Barton. First and 10, St. Mary's on their own 34-yard line.
So they pitched it to Ward. He had his back turned. He took a hit and a half at the 34. Echeverria is going to lose yardage.
With the carry.
Because they're going to carry that 8-3 lead into the fourth period. They lose back to the 32 for a loss of 2.
Have your attention. With the bus drivers, please report to your buses. We need to make room for the next team's buses. Please report to your buses.
So the third period comes to a close. 11 minutes left in this Eastern Mass final. St. Mary's leading at 8-3. That last play, they took a hit and a half. At the last second, Lund pitched it to Ward. He turned his back and he got crunched. And I gave Freeman and Baden both credit. They were both on top of the football. And St. Mary's wound up with it. It's going to be second down and 12 from their 32-yard line. But St. Mary's is 11 minutes away from going to Gillette. They're leading at 8-3, but a lot of football left. They'd like at least to put a couple of first downs together here, shorten the game up. But a lifetime of football left with a period, 11 minutes. A long way since spring practice.
And both teams want a few more weeks.
It's going to be a very tough loss for either team in this one as they battle back and forth. Cohasset has moved the ball. They've got 157 yards of offense. St. Mary's has 121. Freeman not going anywhere. They blew the whistle. The play was blown dead. Cohasset thought they had the football, but they're not going to get it.
Third down, they're going to call the play dead, covering the ball for Cohasset.
Play was dead.
Jack Green, but
I think they gave him a yard to the 33.
3rd and 11. their 34-yard line.
3rd and 11.
I think it's the right call. I think it's definitely forward progress to stop.
Under 10 minutes when they snap the football.
Exactly. If you're Cohasset, you really wanted to hit that ball.
So a big play for both sides here. St. Mary's offense in that tight offensive formation. They're under center. The motion goes Donahue.
Looking to throw.
Right, looks, throws.
Flag on the play. Filet with another great catch. How did he catch that ball? Surrounded by 5 white shirts. How did he catch that ball? There was a flag and there's a second flag. And I think they're all against Cohasset, although they're coming back upfield.
Yeah, but they're all in the backfield.
I think they hit the quarterback. They're standing at the 36-yard line. They make the catch.
Refuse the penalty.
How did he catch the ball?
For St. Mary's.
Again,
At the Cohasset 46-yard line, 36-yard line.
defenders around two St. Mary's players, but the tallest, most athletic
31 yards on the catch. He's got 2 catches for 50.
he looks about 6'9", when he gets into the jump ball. What a play.
He's making O'Leary look good with his percentage passing.
Unbelievable.
They convert. The clock is running, and they have it at the 36-yard line of Cohasset. And Houdini is wearing number 6 for St. Mary's. Andy Falehi. What a tremendous, I know he's 6'5", but he went up between 5 or 6 white shirts. Little misdirection with Echevarria to about the 34.
Carry.
They've run that play several times. They set one of the wing backs in motion. Give it to the
Dockery with the stop.
2nd and 8. And if nothing else, they're shortening the game up. We're under 9 minutes.
From the 34.
It sets them up for some passing plays and some outside runs.
Well, also with the size of Cohasset,
That's a real, right?
front 7,
Yeah.
you've got to show some movement. You're not going to get any.
Absolutely. That's what we've been saying.
Falehi is a wide out to the far side. They better cover him more than one-on-one.
The lady now spread way out to the left. They're gonna
Freeman straight ahead. Staying on his feet down to the 21-yard line for a first down.
Brash with the stop.
13 yards and a first down.
Result of the play is first down. First and 10 from the Cohasset.
He goes over 40 yards rushing. And St. Mary's going to take it under 8 minutes before they snap the football.
I said to Sean before the game, just another game. Just another game.
First and 10 from the 21. They go for that mini shotgun.
22 for St. Mary's.
Freeman again, straight ahead.
Different set. Maybe some punishment up the middle. He's able
Piled up
Carry.
as he gets inside the 20.
to top yards.
Those are a couple of tough yards. Picked up 2.
You know the stop, Sullivan. Second down.
From the 19, 2nd and 8.
Second and 8 from the 19-yard line.
They were down here before, and they went in and scored with 14 seconds left. They'd love to go in and score again and make it a 2-possession game. They keep everybody in tight. Echevarria is a wing to the near side. They can throw here. Echevarria is a target when they throw the ball.
St. Mary's, 30-second timeout.
He's a very good basketball player, too. We told you he was co-MVP of the Catholic Central League last year. Outstanding 3-point shooter. And it's amazing what he's done this year, having never played football since Papuana. And had those fresh legs coming out of Papuana. Decided he would play. Whoever convinced him to play should be certainly invited to the St. Mary's banquet and probably given the trophy there.
Mary's trying to get back to Gillette.
Copeland leads them out.
Play last year,
They stay in that little shotgun.
much higher scoring game than this one.
Now they flip-flop the tight end.
Some personnel shifting around. O'Leary in the shotgun. He's got Echeverria to his left.
They give it Echeverria straight ahead.
Trying to go right up the
Gets to about the 16.
Carry.
It's a wall, but he is able to pick up third and a long 5 from the 6, 36. So St. Mary's now about the 17-yard line.
They put it at the 17. He picked up 2.
Third down.
And there's 7 minutes left in this one. Copeland again leaves them out. 3rd and 6.
Third and
They go
6.
back to that tight double wing. Echeverria in motion. Looking to turn the corner. Gets around the corner. That's coming back. That's coming back.
Area with the carry.
He got the first down, but it's coming back.
On the play.
Great run by Echeverria. He got it inside the 5-yard line.
This time the penalty is going to go against St. Mary's.
He had a convoy. He had 4 or 5 blue shirts.
He was down to the 5-yard line for a first down.
You know, you look at it, and
That play might have solidified the ball.
Holding against St. Mary's. They put it back to the 24. So they gave Echeverria 3 yards to the 14.
you never know, obviously, but I mean, at the end of the day, it hurts back.
He's got 66 yards rushing.
Runs the clock, but this makes it a much harder clock.
Offense all the way back to the 24.
Thomas is still the leading ball carrier with 93.
Third
3rd
and 13 as a result of the penalty.
and 13. Couple of big plays coming up. They pitch it. Echeverria is going to get hit and then knocked down. And that's Mahoney.
Carry with the carry.
He makes big catches, but he makes big tackles too.
Mahoney. Loss on the play. 4th down.
Back to the 26. They lost 2. Cohasset's going to take a timeout.
Timeout, Cohassett.
You're gonna lose one. Throw the ball.
This would be 42 yard field.
That's tough, right? I mean, you'd think they'd be going for it. I'd be shocked. If I'm the coach, keep going at my big wide receiver.
I think if Cohasset can double team, big number 6.
So a very big play coming up for both teams. 6:08 left in the football game. St. Mary's leading at 8-3. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning, 8-3. This should be a huge win for the Spartans if they can hang on. But still a lot of football left to play. And a very big play coming up. And I'm sure they just on the other side said, everybody hit number 6.
Yeah, but let everybody focus on 6 and drag somebody underneath them.
Knock number 6 down. So here we go. The fans up on their feet. Everybody on both sides getting excited. The season might have come down to this one play. From the 26. O'Leary looking to throw. Open with the catch.
Wow.
Echeverria inside the 10.
Pass complete to Echeverria. First and goal. From the 7-yard
O'Leary is batting 1,000. He's 3 for 3.
Dragged him underneath and fight.
The ball is at the 7-yard line. The ball's at the 8-yard line. 18 yards and a first down.
How many times have we done that today?
First and goal from the 8. O'Leary's thrown the ball 3 times for 68 yards. 3 for 3. Esbury has caught a lot of football passes this year. So they put a lot of pressure on Falahi, and they hit Echeverria with a big first down. They give it to Freeman, straight ahead. Battling down. He got down to about the 1.
second and goal. From the
50
2.
has run.
Second and
The
goal
ball
from
is at the 1 yard line. Second and goal from the 1. 7 yards picked up by Freeman. He's run for 50 yards. We're under 5 minutes. This would be a humongous score for St. Mary's. This might put them to Gillette. Let's see if O'Leary keeps with a quarterback sneak.
Under center, tight formation. Martin is the tailback.
Quarterback sneak.
O'Leary the carry.
He's in.
That's a touchdown. Number 12, Derek O'Leary for a St. Mary's touchdown.
They ran that pick successfully, and there it goes again. The quarterback sneak is one of the most underrated plays in football. I know, obviously, the most famous player, Tom Brady, of the Patriots,
66 yards in 12 plays.
That is an excellent play call, excellent execution, and now,
They're 1 yard shy of 200 yards. They got 199 yards, 131 rushing, 68 passing. O'Leary 3 for 3 for 68 yards. Now he scores a touchdown. Freeman's going to try and kick the extra point.
Freeman to attempt the extra point.
4:24 left in the game. Cohasset fans are stunned. They were driving. They fumbled it away.
Cohasset's coming, and they nearly got it, but Freeman
The kick is good.
Kick is good. With 4 minutes and 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. St. Mary's 15.
Freeman has rushed for 50. He's played extremely well defensively as well.
Marker on the play.
I think Cohasset was offside. Echeverria's rushed for 64. O'Leary's had 3 passes for 68. Freeman's rushed for 50. And the defense has bent, but they haven't broken. That big hit on Ward knocked the ball loose, and they turn it into a 66 12-yard play drive. They eat up a lot of clock. They shrink the game, and they're just over 4 minutes away from a trip to Gillette. And you know what the odds in Vegas you could have got for this?
I could have retired again.
Foul against Cohasset.
You could have been a multimillionaire. Actually, a personal foul against Cohasset, so St. Mary's going to kick off from the Cohasset 45-yard line. So everything going St. Mary's way. Open up the door, whatever can fall out on the heads of Cohasset is falling out on their head.
man on the left side is Turner Martell.
45-yard
Plus 40.
Exactly, plus 40.
Freeman has done it all. Boots it along
They line drive it
turf and into the end zone.
in and out of the end zone.
Through the end. The flag is
Flag on the play.
there. It might be offside on the kick.
Penalty marker on the play.
We got penalties all over the place.
St.
The ball will be at the 25 unless Cohasset has St. Mary's kick the ball again.
I'm not sure Cohasset may have the option to take the 5 yards here after the kick. I don't think they'd want to see a free kick.
So they can knock it off from the 25 to the 30 for St. Mary's offside. Or they can have them kick it again. Personal foul against Cohasset. Wow, nobody was thinking that. We're all thinking, will they have them kick it again? Will they take a 5-yard penalty? Instead, it's a big one against Cohasset. Down to the 13-yard line.
That's only. Why would it be this?
Half the distance, they move it to the 13.
First and 10, Cohasset from their own 12-yard line.
Half the distance from the 25, so it's on the 12-yard line. Bizarre set of circumstances here. Nonetheless,
Smack one of the up men?
Cohasset ball with 88 yards to go. 4:24.
How many penalty yards?
You go back to when Cohasset had a first and goal at the 6 and couldn't score. That was a big turnaround. We have to wait for the stakes to be switched around. St. Mary's held them to a field goal, and they've been moving the ball back and forth. And people at Cohasset are going to go home saying, how come they didn't throw the ball to Mahoney a little bit more? Thomas gets hit after a short gain.
Thomas with the carry.
They give him
With the stop.
to the 15 for 2.
Second and 8.
Second and 8, and they got to go quickly. They're helping St. Mary's out running the ball. They give it, they throw it downfield, tipped and knocked away. That's Falehi again.
Runs past.
Falehi went up and got a hand on it.
That's the guy you want playing deep, that's for sure.
And now 3rd and 8 with under 4 minutes left.
What a matchup that's going to be.
Well, the defense of St. Mary's has been terrific.
They keep this offense to 3 points.
They've been averaging 40 points each turn.
It was Fulton, the intended receiver, not Martell, my error.
This is a team, Cohasset, who scores points by the bushel, and they've been held to a field goal. They go I formation, 2 wideouts to the far side. Lund looking to throw. They dump it underneath. Thomas is not going to get there for the first down. They may have to go here.
Runs pass complete to Thomas.
Oh, no.
Penalty marker on the play.
Is that
Don't do anything stupid, so
they got to the 19-yard line for 4. It will be 4th and 4, depending on the penalty. Cohasset is backing up again.
Sean's pointing backwards, like back him up. Why even play it over here?
The officials are discussing it over on the far side.
Decline the
Dead ball foul.
personal foul.
Personal foul.
Personal foul against Cohasset.
3 in the last,
Is that an automatic penalty? They have to take it?
including the extra point try, the kickoff.
It's just they come down to play, so be
5 plays.
They put it back at the 9-yard line, back to the 10-yard line.
Dead ball foul, okay, yeah.
So they gave him to the 20. They gave him 5 yards on the pass play. And it's going to be 4th and 14, and they almost have to go. 3:48 left, they're 12 points down.
They're out of bounds over there.
They can't kick it away and let St. Mary's run some time off the clock.
Well, that's what I had said earlier. If you can keep
They're going to have to
if
go
they're
here.
frustrated, they'll do things. You know, they're not used to scoring 3 points, obviously.
They need 14 yards.
There are, we've said repeatedly, the winner will get to play in Gillette for the Division 7 state.
Actually, they need about 13 yards.
Each of these teams does still have a chance
They need the 23, they're at the 10.
to play as well. Cohasset will square off against rival Hall on Thanksgiving.
So
And
this is going to be a very happy bus ride back to Lynn, Massachusetts, and a very tough ride back to Cohasset.
I hope Traffic on the expressway.
Here we go, fourth down.
Fourth down, they have to go. They don't have a choice. Two
Fourth down.
wideouts to the near side. St. Mary's all over the quarterback. They lost the football.
Run is down.
They're going to put it at the 1 yard line.
By number 31, George Freeman.
Freeman again with a tremendous play.
On down.
Called the run down as he rolled, and it was a great play by the St. Mary's defense. Once again, I'm not even sure who it is.
We mentioned this team has been scoring points by the bushel. They have 112 yards rushing. They have 155 yards of offense with 3:37 left, and St. Mary's is about to score again. They have the ball at the 1 yard line. So this will be a 1 yard drive.
St. Mary's first and goal from the 1 yard line.
Give it to Freeman, he deserves it. Quarterback sneak. O'Leary in again, took a step to his left and stuck it in.
St. Mary's touchdown by number 10, number 12, Derek O'Leary.
One play, 1 yard, 21-3.
Leary is in, so he's got 2 touchdowns combined, covering 3 yards.
Put St. Mary's over 200 yards. 200 yards exactly.
Freeman to attempt the extra point.
And it's going to be a shock ride home for Cohasset fans who are used to putting up. They usually have 3 points in the first 30 seconds. It gets blocked and they get run over.
Sorry, don't do anything
Extra
stupid.
point try is no good.
3:34 left.
3:34
St. Mary's will
left.
kick it off.
Penalty marker on the play.
There's another penalty on the play. Offside, Cohasset.
Offside, Cohassett.
Flag goes. I believe it's going to be
These officials better wait about 20 minutes and wait for the Cohasset fans to clear before they go to their cars. And they better not let the Cohasset fans know where their cars are.
inside the 1 if you take half the distance.
This has been just a steady pouring rain penalties against Cohasset.
Just totally lost.
And St. Mary's has earned themselves a trip to Gillette. And who would have thunk this? And they got another big game coming up on Thanksgiving Day against Fenwick. If they could beat Fenwick, would have a tri-champions with Williams, Fenwick, and St. Mary's. So what a year for first-year coach Sean Driscoll. There have been peaks and valleys, but the valleys are certainly overwhelming the valleys right now.
The Peaks are feeling really good right now.
They're going to try to kick again from inside the 10 this time.
They're still going to try and kick it.
Ball, personal foul, Cohasset.
Personal foul on top of
Assessed on the kick.
the other penalty. They're going to kick off again from the 45-yard line.
Cohassett will be assessed on the kickoff.
Cohasset's got 112 yards rushing. I think they got 200 yards in penalties.
Freeman to attempt the extra point.
They surely have a lot of, they must be close to 100 yards. I didn't keep it, but they got to be close to 100 yards in penalties. Donahue was the holder. Freeman is the kicker. What a game Freeman has had. Everybody coming, they get it down. He boots it through.
Kick is good. With 3:34 left in the fourth quarter. St. Mary's 22, Cohassett 3.
There was no way anybody could have written this scenario. Coming in, you got a team 8-2. They annihilated Mashpee, who was run the table like 3 or 4 years in a row, has won everything in sight. They're averaging over 40 points a game, and with 3:34 left, they have a field goal that they got way back in the second period.
Great efforts from every guy out there.
And that came when they had a 1st and goal at the 6 after Thomas ran for 20. They kick it out of the end zone, they'll get it to 25.
First and 10, Cohassett. From their own 20-yard line. Check that.
Filet has an interception. Nebo has an interception.
25-yard line.
I gave both Barden and Freeman credit for the fumble recovery, and the fumble recovery was big because it turned into a 66-yard drive for a touchdown. Echeverria's run for 64, Freeman's run for 50. O'Leary scored a couple of touchdowns. He's 3 for 3 for 68 yards. A couple of those big plays. Now everybody coming. Freeman trying to anticipate the count. I think this is finally going to, Cohasset fans are going to give a rousing cheer. No, it's against Cohasset. No, they started walking against Cohasset. Cohasset fans couldn't believe it. They started walking against Cohasset again.
St. Mary's. First and
They
5
just used to going that way.
from the 30-yard line.
A little mock cheer to the officials as they get a, St. Mary's gets a 5-yard penalty. 1st and 5.
The time of the score is 7:26 in the fourth quarter.
Took about 10 minutes to get that extra point.
First and 5, Cohasset. This time Thomas goes back into that. Set up at his customary tailback position now.
They let it fly long and deep.
On the right side for Ward. And it is
Lund's pass
If he caught it, it had to be out of bounds.
for Ward is incomplete.
double covered back.
Incomplete. I still haven't seen a sign from the official.
10 got it. 10 chipped it away.
Three guys. St. Mary's.
Echeverria was there with the coverage. 10 covering 10. It'll be 2nd and 5. We've taken a long time to get 9 seconds off the clock. This last 3:34 was longer than 3 periods.
Second and 5, Cohasset. Lund.
Rolling to the right, dumping it off. Caught to the 39 to Ward.
Ward, first and 10, Cohassett.
Start right up
From
again.
their own 39-yard line.
Should be in the hurry up mode. Again, they need 3
Under 3 minutes when they snapped the football. So what a humongous win for St. Mary's. And they've earned themselves a trip to Gillette. Dropping back, they jump off the screen to Ward. Lost the football. He had a first down, now he's not going to have a first down.
Thomas fumbled.
It got stripped, they were lucky to get it back.
Second and 2.
They put it to 40,
By Cohassett, 2nd and 2.
they put it to 47 for 8 yards.
30-second timeout, Cohassett.
They'll take a timeout with 2:51 left. But this one is in the bank for St. Mary's.
Second
They're going to
and
make it
2 from the
4 straight playoff wins.
Cohassett
Cohasset's
47-yard line.
run of 3 straight playoff wins are going to go by the board.
Line the sidelines. Keep the guy in bounds. Give him a first down. Give him some yardage. Keep that clock running.
Exactly.
3-man rush for St. Mary's here. Lund with a single back. It's Thomas. Lund straight back. to
Lund rolling, dumps it.
Underneath, he's got Mahoney.
Mahoney's got the catch.
Lund's pass complete to Mahoney. First down. First and 10, Cohassett from the St. Mary's 45-yard line.
8 yards and a first down. He's got 4 catches for 45 yards.
You're wasting about 10, 12 seconds.
Thomas is going to come up short of his 100 yards. He's got 95.
First down, Cohassett on the move at the St. Mary's 40.
First and 10 with the clock running, closing in on 2 minutes. They lob it up. Too far.
Lunch pass intended for Nolan is incomplete.
Danny Nolan was the intended
Second down.
receiver. Second and 10 with 2:14 left before St. Mary's can officially celebrate. The fans are, St. Mary's fans are already celebrating. It's a very big win for the Spartans. Good team effort. The defense played great. They kept a very good football team off the scoreboard. They give it to Thomas. He's going to get his 100 yards.
First down yardage, and he's able to get out of bounds at about the 30.
Thomas, the ball carrier, forced out of bounds. First and 10, Cohasset.
At the 32, he picked up 13. He's got 108 yards.
From the St. Mary's 32-yard line.
He went out of bounds to stop the clock with 2:08 left. This game totally changed when Cohassett had it first and goal at the 6 and wound up with 4th down having to kick a field goal from the 21. The 21-yard field goal gave them a 3-0 lead, but they couldn't do anything after that. They moved the ball. Penalties cost them. Turnovers cost them. Ward's going to let it fly. Now he's going to take off and run with it. Gets wrapped up and knocked down. They used up an awful lot of time on that play. He was going to throw.
Copeland with a stop. Second down.
He picked up 4 yards, but they
Timeout, Cohasset.
Cohasset has to use another timeout. 4 ticks under 2 minutes left. Again, it's going to be a very long bus ride back to Cohasset, and it's not going to be very pretty.
It's a game of lost opportunities, Chuck.
Obviously, Williams is a very good athlete. He has great catches.
The game turned around. We're still 8-3. They had the ball. They were moving it. They pitched it to Ward. He got hit from behind. A crunching hit. Knocked the ball loose. St. Mary's picked it up, and they proceeded to go 66 yards in 12 plays to really put the game out of reach at 15-3.
I'm here for the next game. I just want that outlet.
And then they turned around. Cohasset had to go for it on 4th down. They missed. They got knocked back, lost it back to the 1-yard line. And St. Mary's went in on a quarterback sneak from O'Leary to really put it away at 21-3. Lund looking, dumps the screen underneath to Thomas. Where was this play earlier in the game?
First and goal.
First and goal.
First and goal from the 3-yard line.
Down to the 3.
Pride factor here for St. Mary's. They want to keep Cohasset out of the end zone. First and goal for the Skippers from the 4. Lund under center and spikes it.
They spike it. I don't think they have any more timeouts left.
Second down, goal from the 3.
Second and goal from the 3.
Well, I'm sure they may be. I would think they're going to call a couple of plays.
St. Mary stuffed them. They had first and goal at the 6. They shut them down. They had to kick a field goal. Ward kicked it 21 yards. It was 3-0. Falahy with a big interception stopped one drive. And then St. Mary's went 68 yards in 10 plays. 14 seconds left. Echeverria cut it in from the 4. He ran the conversion. It was 8-3 at halftime. And now Cohasset's going to get caught again.
Penalty marker on the
The
play.
center fake snapping the ball, and then
False start, Cohasset, 5-yard penalty, repeat. Second down.
they move it back to the 8.
Second and goal from the 8-yard line.
So they've gone over 200 yards. 222. St. Mary's is exactly 200 yards.
We skew the whole board. St. Mary's just keep it in front of you.
Receivers to the right again.
Second and goal.
Keep it in play.
Looking.
Pitches it down the right side of Ward.
He threw it over the defender nicely. Ward had a shot at it and couldn't hold on.
Third down.
But I think that I think the leap in front of him forced him to take his eyes off that ball.
Third down and goal from the 8. This is videotape replay the last time they were down here.
Yeah.
Except you're not going to see him kick a field goal here. 3 wideouts to the far side. Thomas in the backfield with Lund. Tight end to the near side. Looking to throw over the middle. Wide open. Mahoney just broke in.
Number 87, Mark Mahoney, Cohassett touchdown.
Mahoney will back and say, you know, I was just talking to Don.
He said that route worked. Let's get it again.
Wide open.
That was
So 3 nail downs we can go.
it's good to get.
32 of the fourth quarter.
They can't stop.
5 catches for 57 yards and a touchdown for Mahoney.
It's 22 to 9.
230 yards of offense for Cohassett. 200 yards for St. Mary's. They'll go for 2, and we're going to see an onside kick, obviously, which means nothing with 128 left.
Receivers wide to the right. Lund rolls to his right. Lund pitches in the middle to Mahoney, and it's good.
Caught for the conversion.
2-point conversion is good. London Mahoney.
So 22 to 11 with 128 left, and they don't have any more timeouts left. So just hold on to the football. St. Mary's can take a knee, and this one is over.
Cohassett 11.
Team will be out there.
St. Mary's going to go to 8-3, and more importantly, they're going to make a trip to Gillette.
128 remaining in the fourth.
It's going to be a very happy Thanksgiving for St. Mary's. The turkey's going to taste very good.
The bells of St. Mary's will be ringing, John.
Or then cover again.
They've taken care of this one. Their next big step is Fenwick on Thanksgiving Day to try and get a piece of the Catholic Central Championship. They're sending one guy back deep. I don't know why. Unless it slips by everybody, because he's not going to kick it. He's going to try and get it to the 50-yard line. St. Mary's has got, I think, the entire team up at the 50-yard line, including the coaching staff. And there's O'Leary. O'Leary, the quarterback, falls on it.
O'Leary out there on the hands team.
By O'Leary,
Covers it on his own 45-yard
first
line.
and 10.
Safely.
St. Mary's,
He fell on it at the 46,
46-yard line.
and that's going to do it. They don't have to do anything except hold on to the football. So with 14 seconds left, Echeverria went in to make it 8-3 at halftime. Cohasset was moving the ball. They got shut down on their first drive. They recovered a fumble at their own 26. They drove down into St. Mary's territory. They got penalized back. They got a big first down at the St. Mary's 34. A pitch to Ward. He got crunched from behind. I gave it to both Baden and Freeman, the fumble recovery. They went 66 yards in 12 plays. O'Leary got his first of 2, sneaking in for a touchdown
O'Leary, the ball carrier.
to make it 15-3 after Freeman kicked the extra point.
Second down.
And with time running down,
Take care.
Cohasset had to go for it on 4th down. They sacked the quarterback back to the 1-yard line. O'Leary with a second touchdown sneaking in. Freeman kicked the second extra point. It was 22-3. And then just now, 75 yards in 10 plays for Cohasset. Mahoney with the touchdown catch of 8 yards. So Mahoney's got 5 catches for 57. Thomas ran for 108. Echeverria ran for 64. Freeman had a tremendous game on both sides of the ball. Ran for 50, kicked a couple of extra points. Falehi had 2 catches for 50 yards. Echeverria had a huge catch for 18 yards. O'Leary was 3 for 3 for 68 yards. He snuck in for 2. Echeverria had a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Falehi had 2 mammoth catches. Echeverria had that mammoth catch. St. Mary's is going to come with a huge upset. They're going to go to 8-3, and the Cohasset fans are just stunned here sitting. They have beaten a Cohasset team that beat a Mashpee team at Mashpee that had won 28 in a row at home and had won the division 3 or 4 years in a row. This Cohasset team was averaging 44 points in the playoffs. They got held to 11, and the last one was virtually a gimme as they were playing back and letting them move the ball rather than try and shut them down. And they were able to move the ball, but St. Mary's defensively, they bent, but they didn't break. They held a tremendous football team. They did get 230 yards of offense, but they had to work for them. They only had 3 points with about a minute left in the game. St. Mary's defense played outstanding. O'Leary was great. Freeman was outstanding on defense. Copeland made a big play on defense. Barden and Freeman, along with Laundry playing defense. We hope. I didn't notice if DeCenzo was okay. He went out with an ankle. I'm hoping he's okay. But a tremendous defensive performance by the Spartans. They beat a very good football team. They're going to make it 4 in a row in the playoffs, and they've earned themselves a trip to the Super Bowl as they knock off a very good Cohasset team. And the fans of Cohasset are saying, what do you mean we only scored 11 points? We're averaging over 40 in the playoffs, and they annihilated a very good Mashpee team at Mashpee. They are just totally stunned leaving here, and it's going to be a very happy bus ride back to Lynn for the St. Mary's Spartans and their fans, and they should get a police escort when they get to the city limits because they're going to win this one 22-11 over Cohasset. They'll go to 8-3. Turkey is going to taste very, very good on Thanksgiving Day, and they are off to Gillette for a chance at a state championship, and if nothing else, they're going to be number 2 in Division 7 playing at Gillette Stadium. A lot of teams would like to lose that game. St. Mary's has a shot of winning it, but either way, outstanding. What a great first year by Coach Sean Driscoll. Congratulations to the Spartans, their fans, and a very happy bus ride back to Lynn. St. Mary's 22, Cohasset 11. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm Don Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.